So here we are on the site of the demolished den, and we're beginning to see the foundations for the new small store. Behind the area you can see behind is actually where the plant's going to go for the new air source heat pumps. But also you can see the end of the wall of the brass foundry where we've removed the render. And you can see it's not in the greatest state, so we're going to have to do rather more repointing and rendering than we had hoped for, but that won't take us too long. And then we can finish what's going on these foundations is a timber frame to make the store. So where I'm standing will be the new path that will go along here and then up to the entrance to the cottages of Boston Lodge, which means that the building which will become the new electrician's workshop, will extend pretty much to here when it's finished. So it's really going to be a big extension. So you can see we've taken the roof off what was the current oil store, and that's the building where we're going to put the gable back up and extend that right the way back into this space here where we've just been looking. So here we are in what is going to be the new den. Well, actually, technically, I'm sitting in what's the ladies' locker room and toilets. Now I'm sitting in standing in what will be the new den. What you can see here is the bricked up old fireplace that was here. All very interesting. Where we've got original features, we're leaving them in place and they'll just be gently restored, like this row, the board here with the old hooks on it, and the nosings around the window. We'll just sweep round and look at the other side of the building. It's amazing when you see a building empty. Gives you a much better idea of the space. And you can see there we've found the old doorway, which we didn't know was still there. It was just bricked up. So we're going to make use of that rather than putting in the new doorway that we had originally planned. There you go, we'll let you know what happens in this space.
Okay, right. Well, here we are on the site of the wagon store. This is one of the earliest buildings that was constructed for Boston Lodge sometime in the 1830s. It's a range that went along the whole of the east side of the top yard and turned at right angles and went down to join the end of the blacksmith shop. The only part of it that's still standing is Plus Smart, and that has only survived because it was converted into an office for the locomotive superintendent sometime in the mid 19th century. What we're going to do with this afternoon, ultimately this is going to be recreated as part of the project. So what we are hoping to do is basically to lift the floor that you see, the slab floor, and the tracks set into it, which were part of the inside of the wagon store. And in fact the only bit that's left really, and these will ultimately be relayed in the new building. So we have a plan. I've been round and numbered everything, so hopefully this afternoon we can start taking them up.
So this is one of the new vents that we're going to be putting up on the roof in a minute. We've got the chaps up on the roof, and they're really, really nice pieces of leadwork, very cleverly designed, that will enable us to get ventilation in and then, but at the same time, trap all both the insects and all this smoke and stuff that gets belched out by the engines. So here we are on the site of the small loco shed. Big question everybody asks, is it a small shed for locomotives or is it a shed for small locomotives? I'm told it's a shed for small locomotives. So does that make it the... Oh, I give up. It's the small loco shed still. It looks as though nothing's happening. Well, nothing's happening on site, but what's happening is that the steel frame has been manufactured and I gather is currently being galvanised. So another few weeks and we will start working on site again. For this time's session, that's all, folks. See you next time.